further deliberations on Gaza, sir? The timetable for a takeover?
No deliberations. It's been very well received, where basically the United States would view it as a real estate transaction where we'll be an investor in that part of the world. And no rush to do anything. We wouldn't need anybody there. It would be supplied and given to us by Israel. They'll watch it in terms of security. We're not talking about boots in the ground or anything, but I think the fact that we're there, that we have an investment there, I think would go a long way to creating peace.
So President Trump laying out a little more specificity exactly what he has planned for Gaza. Joining me now is Alex Gray, former Trump National Security Council Chief of Staff. So, Alex, what do you think about it? I mean, he is ruminating more about this idea, and more people like Bibi Netanyahu and others are saying, gee, it ain't such a bad idea after all.
Well, good to see you, David. I mean, he's got plans that I'm sure are being formulated by the National Security Council staff right now for how this would be implemented in practice. But I think we have to keep in mind the big picture here, which is after 4 years of basically living American decline day to day, we now have a president who's challenging us to do big things. Whether it's talking about Greenland or Panama or tech innovation, now he's challenging us to step into one of the most challenging, most intractable world crises and to do something fundamentally different. It actually reminds me of the early 20th century with Theodore Roosevelt, where you had this new burst of American energy that we could tackle all these problems. And it really breathed new life into American exceptionalism. And I think that's what we're starting to see under President Trump's second term.
Well, going back to Teddy Roosevelt, of course, he had a lot to do with the Panama Canal, and now we're revisiting that issue. It seems like the Panamanian president is reneging on his initial agreement with President Trump to actually get the Chinese out and to be more fair with the tariffs. Am I wrong in that? Because if he's trying to pull a fast one on President Trump, I don't think he's going to win that battle.
No, he's going to regret that pretty quickly if he's truly reneging on it. But I think Secretary Rubio and the president's special envoy for Latin America, Mauricio Claver-Carrón, I mean, they're going to work this through. They're going to do what they can to get to a solution. The bottom line, David, is we have a lot of leverage over the Panamanians. I mean, we have a free trade agreement with the Panamanians. We have the ability to impose tariffs. We have the ability to make things very difficult if they refuse to cooperate on the fundamental American security interest in the hemisphere, which is free passage through the canal. And if they're going to allow an adversary, China, in violation of the neutrality provision of the treaty that gave the canal to them in the 70s, if they're going to violate that provision, then they have to expect the American people and President Trump to act accordingly.
Remember when Nancy Pelosi tore up President Trump's speech at the meeting that she had with him? I have a feeling he's going to do the same thing with the treaty if they don't snap into shape. Alex, great to see you. Thank you for being here.